Hey everybody, say hi Joey Oli.
Hi Joey.
I'm Frankie. You're listening to Meteorology Report on every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, including CFUR 88.7 FM radio station of Prince George, British Columbia, CKUW 95.9 FM radio station in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And Joey Oli's a really nice guy. He's a comedian across meteorology. He fights fires, and I'm on his podcast every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Joey Oli's a really nice guy. He fights fires. Joey Oli runs a podcast, Caribou Weather Dude, comedian plus meteorology. He's on his YouTube channel, Caribou Weather Dude, Joey Oli, plus the radio station CFUR 88.7 FM and CKUW 95.9 FM in Winnipeg, Manitoba radio station. I'm Frank Dog. You're listening to Meteorology Report every Thursday night. I'm Frankie Dog. Say hi, Joey Oli.
Hi, Joey.
Jess Moskalook and the Knockoff on Real Country 105.7. Brandon Houck here. Good evening, everybody. Yes, it is Bandits broadcast night tonight. The Brooks Bandits will be taking on the Olds Grizzlies. Pre-game show with Nathan Crosby and Ken Fleury. That begins at 6:45. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock. So hopefully you are tuning in for all of the action. But first, I have a special message from my friend Frankie McDonald in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Brooks, Alberta. He's a really nice guy. He does weather forecasts and things like this all over Canada and the world. Brendan Hook's a really nice guy. He lives in Brooks, Alberta, east of Calgary. He works at the radio station in Brooks, Alberta. Say hi, meteorologist Brendan Hook.
Hi.
Say hi, meteorologist Brendan Hook.
Hi, meteorologist Brendan Hook.
Say hi, Brendan Hook.
Oh boy, that is great.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
Good morning, Prince George. Good afternoon, Winnipeg. Welcome to the Meteorological Report. I'm your host, Joey Only. How's my volume? Is it working good? Nice to hear. I'm so glad I can finally be heard. We've been having some technical difficulties around here, but now that things are sorted out, the technical difficulties are more or less behind us. And here we are with our show, Comedy and Meteorology, listening to us on CFUR 88.7 FM in Prince George, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. That's 2 days from now. That would be on the 3rd of December. We're recording right now on December 1st at nighttime. So it's not exactly a live show. So, if you need up-to-date weather, still check your weather network. We got all your weather stories for you, including everybody in Winnipeg at CKUW 95.9 FM, hearing us Mondays at noon. Hello to you meteorology students in Winnipeg. I know we're the rage and that you all just can't stop talking about what a great new weather show there is on your university station. Yes, we are that super popular show amongst weather students, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
There's Imogen Cookie Bailey. Well, we're here with full cast. And as always, we got the man, Frankie McDonald. We got two Frankies, actually, because one Frankie you think that one Frankie's enough, but we actually got two Frankies. We'll explain in a second. Brandon Houck's going to be here momentarily with Western Canada weather right after both Frankies, and Imogen Cookie Bailey's already here from Victoria. So we got Frankie Corcoran. Two Frankies. We got Frankie Squared show tonight. And Frankie Corcoran runs a podcast out there in Miramichi, New Brunswick. And he had Frankie McDonald. I haven't actually seen the episode. You should send me the link to it. But Frankie and I were on the show a number of weeks ago. And we just thought, hey, you're a really wonderful person. You should. So maybe just briefly explain the Frankie Corcoran Entertainment Project.
Oh, there, the Corcoran Entertainment Show, to be exact. But close enough. That's close enough. So the Corcoran Entertainment Show, basically, I'll give you you almost got it. I hate to burst your bubble there. By the way, I'll throw a little disclaimer for you guys. If you guys hear a little bit of clicking and clacking there, it's my little 9-month-old dog here gets real mad whenever I don't pay attention to him. So he's nipping at me. So yeah, basically Corcoran Entertainment, it is a local community theater troupe that's located here in the Miramichi that I run. We do one-act plays. We're currently working on a musical next. And so with that, I also started a podcast called the Corcoran Entertainment Show. And so I started the Corcoran Entertainment Show. It was around the time, it was when COVID restrictions were really, really bad in my area, well, actually all around the province, really, and the world, and still continues to spread rapidly. But with the restrictions down and audience capacity, it's always hard to get people together and do an actual production. Of course, I mean, actors having to be masked, this and that. Restrictions would only allow a certain number of people. So I said, why not just? I need something to do in my spare time here now. So I'm like, why not just start a podcast? So I started a podcast called the Corcoran Entertainment Show, and it's been running for almost a whole year now. Actually, it's almost the 1 year anniversary next month in January 12th, I believe it is. And there we go, Joey, lighten her up. Rock on. So it's been almost a year now since I started it, and basically, I'll have guests on every week. We'll just talk about what's new in their lives, if they work in the entertainment industry, or if they do theater or podcasts, or sometimes if they're doing a movie or a TV show, something like that, I'll have them on. We'll talk about their projects. And then we'll also discuss what's new and exciting in the entertainment world as a whole. So, could be what's going on new in movies this week. Oh, here, buddy, go. Here, bud. Sorry. Could be what's going on in movies this week, what's going on in celebrity gossip. It could be anything at all in entertainment. And so it's been really good. It's been going for almost 50 episodes now, almost a whole year. It's going strong, and people seem to like it. And Frankie and Joey were both on there at one point, probably about a month or two ago. And the episode was very well received, by the way. I actually had some friends. They're like, "You got Frankie McDonald? How the hell did you get Frankie McDonald?" I was like, "I got my ways." So yeah, that's pretty much what I do, and very excited to be here. This is really, really exciting, and finally getting to meet all of you guys is is really, really good.
They're like, "You got Frankie McDonald and Joey only?" That's what they said. Right?
That's exactly what they said. They were like, "Wait, what? How the hell did you get?" Who is it? Trey Campbell. How the hell did you get the trifecta? You get the trifecta on there. How did that come about? I'm just like, oh yeah. I said I got my ways. When you're working in this type of business, you're running a company. You got to be able to reach out to people, and and that kind of thing. you can't be shy.
I just found out Trey Campbell just opened up his new Instagram account because his old Instagram account got hacked.
We're going to talk to Frankie Corcoran in a minute. But first, we got Frankie, the weatherman. Frankie McDonald, how you doing so far?
I'm doing great so far. It's been a lot of snow in Vancouver, British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia. It's extremely cold in BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. It was so cold out west, eastern United States, eastern Canada, all the way down Texas. Had a lot of rain earlier. They brought high winds, heavy rain in Nova Scotia, PEI, Newfoundland, New Brunswick. And then earlier today, last night, it hit Portland, Maine with thunderstorms, hail, and tornadoes. All across Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., all the way down Florida. Brought really strong winds in Montreal with a lot of rain, and so is Toronto and all these places. Even Texas had rain in northeastern Mexico. It's getting colder, and then they got another rain coming on Saturday overnight into Sunday morning in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. New Brunswick and Newfoundland. Then you got more snow heading for Vancouver. Vancouver's now under a snowfall warning. Lots of warm air, cold air fighting each other with snow showers all across Europe. In those places, a lot of thunderstorms in eastern Brazil and rain. In Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, it's getting warmer now too. They're bringing lots of thunderstorms and rain. Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and all these places. In Central America, like Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rica, and El Salvador, Panama, they're bringing a lot of thunderstorms, including Darien Cap. Southeastern Australia is getting hotter because their summer starts on December 21st. In Antarctica, it's 24-hour daylight. In South Africa, lots of monsoon rains in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Uganda, Congo, and all these places. Mozambique, Madagascar, tropical cyclones will be kicking up in the high gear in New Zealand another few months away. That's going to bring a whole lot of tropical cyclones in New Zealand this year.
Frankie, what poor, miserable, tired, reckless souls have the worst weather in the world right now?
The worst weather in the world was eastern United States in America and northwestern Canada. It's so cold in northwestern Canada, including Siberia, Russia.
So I got a question for Frankie. Where is having the most dramatic cold weather events at the moment? What part of the world?
Like Omiakon, Russia, a temperature 12 below minus 50 degrees Celsius, minus 70 with the wind chill there.
Okay, now follow-up question to that. If they had a massive sharknado happen, is it cold enough that the sharks would freeze during flight once launched from the ocean? And on impact, would they shatter or would they just smash into stuff like large projectiles and wreck things?
And they could smash the sharks into objects.
It would be
They would just smash, they wouldn't shatter?
Yeah.
See, it's kind of crucial to know this because if they shatter, then we have shards of shark all over the place, and that's even more dangerous.
I would like to see shark shards personally, because that'd be a really convenient way to butcher the thing.
And on Friday, December 16th, is my interview with the Meteorology Museum, McDonald's, December 16th.
Yes,
Excellent.
It is.
What kind of videos did you make this week, Frankie McDonald?
I did a weather forecast for Vancouver, Victoria, and Los Angeles. This is Frankie McDonald, my own team station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major snowstorms headed towards Vancouver, British Columbia on Tuesday, November 29, 2022. It's going to bring up to 30 plus centimeters of snow in Greater Vancouver, British Columbia, and Fraser Valley, including Surrey, White Rock, Richmond, downtown Vancouver, North Vancouver, West Vancouver. Streets, roads, highways, and Trans-Canada Highway will be snow-covered. It will be dangerous and treacherous driving conditions. Roads will be snow-covered, including Highway 7, Lougheed Highway. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be pretty strong in Greater Vancouver, British Columbia, and the surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be very strong in Vancouver and the surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of snow in the atmosphere. Chilliwack, Hope, British Columbia, including Coquette and Port Quebec and the surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be pretty strong. It's going to cause dangerous, treacherous driving conditions in Greater Vancouver and the surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Whistler, British Columbia, Squamish, British Columbia, in West Vancouver, North Vancouver, surrounding areas as well. People in Vancouver, British Columbia, be prepared. Have your winter boots ready, winter jackets ready, hats, gloves, scarves, ski pants ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy cases of pastry, buy cases of Coke. Doing grocery shopping, don't wait till the last minute. Do it right now. Make sure of your Samsung Galaxy shirts, Samsung Galaxy smartphone shirts, Samsung Galaxy tablet shirts, smartphone, cell phones, laptops, tablet shirts. Have your 3G, 4G, 5G, and LTE ready as well. When you drive a car, take your time to drive a car. Slow down so you don't get in a car accident. When you go for a walk, be very good for walking so you don't slip or fall. Make sure if your furnace is ready, turn on your furnace to keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea to keep you warm. Have your extra blankets ready to keep you warm, so heat pumps as well. Have your shovel, snow scoop, snow blower, snow plow, salt trucks ready as well. If you have anybody live in Vancouver, British Columbia, be prepared for major snowstorm on Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in a major snowstorm. Stay warm, be safe. They're getting showers in Los Angeles tonight in California time. And did you hear about that? In Nevada, it's really cold too. And all those Utah, they're bringing some snow and things like this. Bringing lots of snow up to the California mountains and things like this. In Oregon, Washington mountains. They're bringing cold weather all the way down Oregon, Washington, and Vancouver, British Columbia. It's extremely cold BC interior.
Well, the jet stream has just exploded southwards into a huge bubble, a large bulge. We were looking at it before show in the pre-show.
Before the pandemic, you traveled all across Canada with the band.
I did. Yep. For 15 years, I played music, Frankie. And some people liked it. We also had Gabriel Berardo, the weatherman, show up, and we'll get his full story in a little bit. But Gabriel, you got any questions for Frankie? Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello. Yes. Frankie. How was your week? Yeah, week. How was your week, Frankie? I thought it was the weekend for a second, but it's a week.
I was on Compound Media related podcast. Plus, I was on another podcast called Ham Radio New York City and things like this. I went for walks, things like this. And I was on the ghetto base with Owen Gonzello.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
anyone else got any questions for Senor Frankie McDonald?
Hey, Brandon, on the Patreon, you should pay $5 a month for subscribe to Bass Guy Show on Patreon.
Oh, yes. I should do that. I have to get on that.
Bass Guy Show on Patreon. You can listen to Bass Guy Show on Patreon.
You'll be
you don't have to give just $5 to Bass Guy Patreon. That's just the low end, actually. So you can give much more than that if you want, Brandon.
If
500?
you like him.
It's like $5.
Yeah,
That's an option.
It's like $5 a month to watch Base Guy's show on Patreon.
Well, someone go on to Base Guy's Patreon and get this guy a new computer, for crying out loud.
His motherboard's really, really, really old as of right now. He needs a new computer.
Base Guy needs a new computer. So if
Dear Lord.
all those people out there, a lot of people supported me a few weeks ago when I was sitting in a financial crisis. Thank you, everybody who did that, and for supporting the channel and supporting the show. Also, if you want to see this show, you actually want to see what kind of funny faces it is that's saying all these funny words, you can go to Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude. It's my YouTube channel, and we stream the show live, the recording session, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then I take that and I edit it down and add all kinds of funny clips in, and we have a brand new fully produced radio show, which I put on my YouTube, and then I send the MP3 to the radio stations, and that's how you hear the show every week. It's just that simple. I do all the work, except for it would be nothing without all of you. Brandon Houck, how's your week going so far? Talk to us about Western Canada.
Yes, Western Canada has been a bit of a gong show throughout the week here, with the multiple snowstorms moving into British Columbia there, and then plus we have this cold Arctic air mass, and we also had a couple of we had a nasty storm system kind of sat over Saskatchewan for 3 days. That produced a lot of wind for us, but areas near Oyen and up towards, let's say, Lloydminster got the blowing snow, blizzard conditions for 2 days in a row, and caused all kinds of problems in that area Sunday and Monday there. And then the system eventually moved off to the east, and it moved to the eastern half of the country, causing all kinds of problems in Texas, all the way from through the southern United States, extending into Ontario and into the Maritimes today. That's where that system went. And now we had another system moving in. This is a kind of a separate couple of systems here. This one brought at least a couple centimeters of snow. But now we have this Arctic high that continues to dive in from the north, and that is producing a very, very cold air mass. We've got extreme cold warnings all across the province, almost the whole province of Alberta under an extreme cold warning, with wind chills expected to feel the -40s tonight. And at this time, if we're taking a look at current conditions, observations, we currently have a -40 wind chill in my backyard. We've got -29 Bazzano, wind chills -40. We've got -32 in Rosemary, wind chills -39. And in Cereal, Alberta is -29, wind chills -41. So it's really gotten cold over the last couple of hours. And this cold air mass is going to stick around for the next couple of days before we start seeing things improve a little bit more as we go towards the weekend and early next week.
That's great news, because I hate hot cereal.
on Friday, December 23rd, 2022, Base Guy Show and Patrick Macca, a.k.a. Sky Universe, is going team up.
Winnipeg's going to get into this colder air mass as well. They've kind of been very lucky the last couple of times, but I think they're going to get a touch of this cold air mass through the weekend. And then as we go into here, we got to watch another Arctic air mass moving in after we improve the temperatures this week, and looks like Saskatchewan, Manitoba going to get the brunt of this next colder air mass. And then I have a story for you this week that I found out, which is probably a lot better than the guy that was running with cigarettes in his mouth last week. So apparently a man in India, 2 weeks ago. So a man in India swallowed 187 coins. So I guess they eventually had to open up his stomach, and eventually it made sense.
What kind of coins? Like, are they large ones or small ones? Or just a mix of coins?
I guess a mix of coins, but I'm pretty impressed that my joke went right over top of your head there. So
I totally missed that. Maybe
it made a lot of sense, right?
Oh. Right. God, that's not a joke, Brandon. You can do better than that. Sense. -43.7 in Thompson, Northwest Territories tonight. That's
-40 now? Really?
Yeah. So all that wonderful, I mean, and the warmest place in BC right now is 0.6 degrees at Tofino Airport. So that's what kind of misery. It's being shared around. Minus 32 in Fort Nelson Airport. That's the bottom end, right? So
Over in Russia, what's going on over in Russia? It's getting worse over there all the time. That means they can't speak against the government over there. They can't speak against the government. They can't take pictures of cathedrals. They can't take pictures of churches. They can't take pictures of railroads, industrial properties, and things like this. And media, there's a lot of restrictions in Russia because the Ukraine conflict. That means they can't speak against the government over there.
Newsflash: Russia
it's really hard to speak. It's really hard to speak when it's minus 50. Saturday for Prince George. So today, minus 18. Today for you, not for me. We're doing that time travel thing. We actually, the radio waves are time at the speed of light and the slowness of when we're actually aired. Saturday, minus 18, minus 22 at night. Sunny on Sunday, minus 17, 22 at night. But we start to see some of that Pacific weather coming a little bit, and that's going to help bring temperatures up. We're going to send that crappy weather all the way over to Saskatchewan and Manitoba. They can have it. You can have it. I don't want it back. Minus 18 only on Monday, minus 23 at night, but it's going to start slowly creeping up for the next bunch of days after that. 30% chance of flurries on Tuesday. And at nighttime, it should be actually warmer than the projected daytime high. So minus 16 is the daytime high. Minus 15 is the nighttime high. So you see things getting a little warmer. Minus 10 chance of flurries on Wednesday. That's the Prince George weather report for this week. Gabriel Berardo, you got all kinds of bad weather in Southern Ontario right now, don't you? I don't know about right now. Look, we had this huge storm, system move in, and it was pretty, bad. Right? Saw some pretty strong winds, maybe 60, 70 kilometers. It wasn't huge. Watching this next one here, Saturday morning around maybe 8 to 9 a.m. Watching for this huge front. It's kind of like the last one that we just had. This one though is actually modeled to have some much stronger winds with that, maybe up to 90 and even 100 kilometers with that front. This one, of course, I'm watching it still, and look, I've been watching all these windstorms for the last few for like the past month, right? So we had the first system, which of course was a bust and didn't really happen, and I was I love windstorms, I live for the wind. Everybody on this knows that I live for the wind, okay? The wind is what I like, okay? The wind, the rain, the power outages, the shingles off the roofs. But first one didn't happen. Last one, this past Wednesday, it was pretty strong, but it wasn't strong enough. So maybe Mother Nature has in store this pack of punches this weekend, maybe early Saturday morning, folks. We're all, of course, watching it too. Some of the runs here showed actually 107 or 108 kilometers gust heading into the morning. Could be, causing a lot of power, outages and everything like that. Trees down and lots of other, stuff like that. So I'm watching it. Hopefully that this is my windstorm that's now coming up. Last few Gabriel,
ones, no, but this.
I want you to watch this one. I want you to watch it. Hey, were you?
Okay.
We want to circle around. We haven't got to Imogen yet, and we want to go back to Frankie Cochran before we kind of open up the discussion. But were you watching last night? The Leafs game, Mitch Marner.
Oh yeah, yes. Yes, I was watching that. That was like nasty, man. Like he finally, scored. What was it, like 18 points and sorry, 18
straight games he scored a point. His all-time Leaf records with Ed Olchuk and Daryl Sittler. Those are some. Daryl Sittler, that's a big-time player. Because I'm having trouble sometimes finding streams online. The online streaming that I use for hockey games has occasionally been funky. But what you do have is you can listen to Sportsnet radio or listen to. And so I was listening to Joe Bowen make the call, and I couldn't see the play. And so you hear, hey, he missed the net. Then he gets it back a second. And he fires. He misses the net, And then the third time, Mitch Marner.
It was close, man. It was close. Everybody was like,
Joe,
"Are you kidding me?"
Joe Bowen, the announcer, he's been sick. So, all game long, he's been very reserved. And then finally he let out his whole. He lost it because it was so great. For when we come back to you, do you finally got a hip hop for us this week, man? Because look, you've been putting us off for a little while.
Yes. Just give me a quick second, okay?
Okay, we'll be
you
back.
guys could talk and I'll get it set up.
In 10-15 minutes time, the Gabriel Rapp Show is going to be on the Meteorological Report. Stay tuned, everybody. Last person in line, but not the last person really, because she's Imogen Cookie Bailey, and every week I profess to her how wonderful she is, and she says, "Shut up." So. But it's true. She's wonderful. This is Imogen Cookie Bailey down in Victoria. How's that awful winter weather you have down there? It must be brutal dustings of snow and minus.
It's terribly
2.
disappointing. All these promises of snow and extreme weather warnings, and it is like everything else here. It is nothing. It's just slushy and cold, but it's not even all that cold. It gets a little bit icy at night, and the end. Then it's not. It's just nothing. Disappointment. This entire city is disappointing and damp. And that is it. It's like living on a rocky, pointy sponge, hippie infested and wet. So you can imagine how wonderful it smells. The whole downtown core is soaked in urine. It's like, I think during the winter, they don't send the pressure washer guys out to clear the sidewalks. At one point, they actually installed deodorizers. So on the lampposts all through downtown, right up at the top, there were bathroom deodorizers spraying chemicals all over downtown. But after a lot of complaints, I'm not even kidding. The urine was so bad, the city installed air fresheners to just spray everyone in the face with chemicals. And after a few months, they took it out because people were complaining about the respiratory problems.
Well,
so then, way to cheap your way out of it. Our thoughtful mayor thought that, now that the downtown core has no parking, so people have no way to park and have to rely on the bus to get to their jobs, and no one wants to take a bus for an hour and a half to get to downtown to do business. Who's left down there? People who don't drive. And that's a lot of people with no jobs. So there's a lot of urine. And the way to clean it up was to put chemicals in everyone's face. So
now that urine is starting to freeze up.
That's Victoria. I hate this place. You're welcome. That's my angry rant about the weather. It started with the weather, the disappointment, and just went down hippie-infested disappointment and anger.
Last week, we talked to you. You were fighting crime around Victoria. Did you get to push any hippies around at all?
Well, with hippies, really, if you look at them funny, they start screaming and crying that you're abusing them. And I'm not even kidding. It is the most pathetic thing I'll ever see. Dealing with, for example, in one location where I get posted occasionally, dealing with shoplifters. Whenever it's a hippie, if you kind of just step in front of them, they'll start screaming about how they'll start screaming, "Don't hit me." And literally, I keep my hands folded in front of me or behind me. This is the most non-threatening posture you can possibly have, is hands folded, like when you're in grade school and they say, "Sit quietly, put your hands in your lap." Well, I'm standing up, I have my hands folded in front of me, and I'll just step in front of someone who's clearly trying to walk out of a store with a lot of unpaid merchandise. And I'll just say, you need to go back and pay for that. And I had a guy actually start screaming, "Don't hit me, I'm filming this." He wasn't filming it, but he was screaming, "Don't hit me, I'm filming this." That's what hippies are like here.
Take a page off the old Joey Only block. I mean, if people are going to accuse you of hitting them, then you might as well.
This is my thinking, but I'm not allowed to under the conditions of certain contracts. On another contract, I can. In another contract, depending on an act of aggression, I can do what is considered necessary. We'll just leave it at that. But on certain contracts...
Imogen Bailey, unwilling to break the Geneva Convention. See, told you she was wonderful. Frankie Corcoran, you're wonderful too. Let's talk a little bit more about your show.
All right. What do you want to know? I can tell you all about it.
That's what we all want to know.
I'll be honest. There's some days I feel like it's some days it's super. It feels like Christmas, and then there's some days it feels like summer. I tell you, the weather here in New Brunswick just goes up and down. Right now, today, it was actually fairly warm. It was about plus 10 today. So that's not too bad. Little mix of sun and cloud. But I honest to God, I actually don't really check the forecast much anymore. People say, "What's the forecast tomorrow?" I'm like, I don't even know now, because some days they'll say, "Oh, we're getting this big snowstorm." Like sometimes the radio stations around here will say, "Oh, we're getting this big storm, so you guys better stock up on everything." And then so you buy all that stuff, and there's this big rush at the grocery stores, and the next day there's like nothing. So then I just stopped. Listening to it. That's why I only listen to Frankie's now. I only listen to your weather reports, even though you don't actually cover New Brunswick's. I trust yours over anything.
Frankie,
And did you hear about that?
Frankie.
Weather's too unpredictable in British Columbia, California. Weather's too unpredictable in the states Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Honduras, and Canada. And the weather's too unpredictable in South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, Antarctica. Even Mars' weather's unpredictable. Saturn's moon, Titan's weather unpredictable. It might have had sharks on Mars once upon a time. Oh my God, the aliens are here!
What's that noise?
Sounds like a flying saucer is coming. There's dozens of aliens coming from planet Sedna, Eris, Ceres, and Quawar. On Friday, December 23rd, at a Base Sky show, teaming up with Sky Universe Patrick Macca of Montreal. Friday, December 23rd, 2022.
So Frankie's a big fan of the Base Guy show.
Dear Lord, is he ever? Frankie is the super fan of Base Guy. Holy man. Like every conversation with Frankie, he's talking about Base Guy. It is delightful.
His computer's acting up. His motherboard is overheating and things like this. Base Guy's computer's acting up, is overheating and things like this. He has a really, really, really old motherboard, above 10 years old.
Oh, Base Guy's got an old computer. It's gonna catch on fire.
You know what? A shard of a frozen shark shattered after a Siberian Sharknado would be the thing to cool it off. If you work it into a cooling pad, shards of shark on top of a little fan, it'll work. It'll cool it off. It's at minus 50 something.
Shards of shark is just a great way to have them butchered. I mean, it's like then you got a bag of shark shards, and that's easy to throw
little
in
sharksicles with their armor and skin.
Stir fry just like that. Frankie Corcoran, have you ever had any sharksicles around Miramichi, New Brunswick?
Sharksicles? I cannot say that I have, to be honest with you.
Any sharks wash on shore? Any children eaten by sharks lately in Miramichi, New Brunswick? Peter, how's it going? Are you in Colorado or are you in Pennsylvania?
I am in Colorado, and it is windy. Like, I'll put down the windows for a minute. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it is like, I don't know the exact, there's high winds earlier. Not like super, super crazy, but pretty cool though. It's actually warm today too. 55 right now. It was like 9 degrees the other day. Another Frankie. We got 2 Frankies today.
We do Frankies.
Tumbleweeds. We got tumbleweeds going on over here.
Oh, cool.
Tumbleweed.
Damn, you live in like the desert or something like that?
Pete the Tumbleweed. Is there any restaurants nearby you could take us to tonight?
Oh, look at the
look at that one.
Catch it. Go get it.
That was
catch
awesome.
Oh, baby.
That was a real serious tumbleweed, man.
Yeah. Can you catch it?
Double the size of me.
There was a cool place I was at earlier though that had a whiskey event going on with like ski products and stuff. I think the owner of the facility home from there. That was cool.
You should go and interview them.
Yeah, I should. I meet a lot of interesting people doing this job. I had some pushy people today and yesterday. I say this more than I should have to. I do this to get paid, not to get laid. But it be what it be. It be what it be. I turned nearly 10,000 people now in this state.
I can't wait for the day that we're actually doing live. And then so Pete works for Lyft, which isn't the same as Uber. I've come to find out. I'm just a northern hillbilly. I don't know any different. I haven't even been in a taxi cab for 5 years. So Pete drives for Lyft, and one of these days, someone's going to get into his vehicle while he's driving. I can't wait, and we're going to have them on the show, and they're going to be trapped. They're not going to have any choice. 2 weeks ago, we had Pete go into a restaurant and give us a look around, so that was pretty cool. You know, Pete, he's out there on the beat showing us around America. He was in Pennsylvania last weekend for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Pete. Okay, Gabriel, the weatherman.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
He is ready. It's hip hop time on the Meteorological Report on C for 88.7
Everybody
FM,
loves
CKUW 95.9 FM. It's time for Gabriel, the rapping weatherman.
All right, here we go, folks. On this nice beat in the meantime. Like the beat. Okay, here we go. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, here we do it. Yeah. Keep it going, man, on the Joey Only Show. Ooh. Here we go, man, on the Joey Only Show. Y'all already know how it goes, Joey Only, man. He been getting all the snow. He been getting all the snow. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, Joey Only, it's about to get snowy. Everybody knows me, everybody knows that Brandon Hall keep it getting the bug, but no wonder why the snow be coming in. Look at the storm that's about to brew. So many storms in Southern Ontario producing a lot of wind that I could call it deja blue. Deja blue. Know what I mean when I'm talking about all the deja vu. Frankie McD. Everybody been looking at me, but looking at Joey Only gonna be getting all the cold. And everybody been told that Brandon Hall be getting the bulk of it. And everybody told that nobody's stopping it when the cold be coming down from the south when I earth they car. But I gotta spit this flow, damn so fly. I'm the weatherman with the damn suit and the tie. Everybody really knows that it's gonna get rainy with us while I'm moving through southern Ontario. Gonna get like 100-kilometer-an-hour winds, man. There's gonna be a little shower in it, so you might lose your power. And the trees coming down all over the town, and you could lose some shingles. I mean, man, like I'm over here not to mingle, but with the storm that be coming in, keep it a rapping weatherman. Here we go, keep it a rapping weatherman. Here we go. Looking at the storms that be coming in all over Southern Ontario, including the USA. What it be rapping? I swear to God that I'm the weatherman, and I've been telling you the weather all goddamn day. Look at the freaking McD in Nova Scotia, man. Everybody swear to God I'm coming for the solar eclipse. Cause everybody really gotta see keep the rapping weatherman. I gotta take my car on some trips. Y'all already know that I'ma go and hit the Joey Only's house and up in the mountains. Y'all already know that keep the rapping weatherman because the diamonds on my neck and I got me dripped in a fountain. Everybody gonna spit it with the flow and I'ma spit it where I go. It really doesn't matter if I'm Brandon Hall. Doesn't really matter if I'm Joey Only. Doesn't really matter if I'm Frankie or Frankie times 2. Y'all already know what I'm talking about, man. I be talking about you. Frankie from Nova Scotia and this other guy. What I be rapping? I don't know this other guy, but it doesn't really matter because we on the Joey Only Show and we be having fun. Y'all already know the cheap bit of rapping with the man. Here we're really gonna end it with the rap. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Yeah.
My rap would be like, it's really cold. It's starting to snow. It's off to the principal's office. I go.
That was good. Joey, it's your turn.
Principal's office. I go.
Imogen, you got any freestyle for us?
Yeah. You got a freestyle?
Not my jam. I read Dr. Seuss to my cat once in a while. It's about it. It's as close as I get. Totally off topic, but a jewelry company I worked with a while ago is rerunning the ads that I did. So that's kind of neat. Just got the notice this morning. Yeah. I was pretty happy to see that. And then I got some confusing... What?
I had Gabriel pinned for like ever.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
continue.
wow. You have me pinned. I must be that special, eh?
Yeah, you are.
For rapping for us, we're going to look at you for 5 minutes while we all talk. So you were saying
it was more like
story.
2 minutes.
Awesome. Good job, Gabriel.
Good job with your job. Whatever the hell your job is. It's looking good.
Yeah, it did. Nice.
I don't know your job, but it's a good job.
Nice face.
Keep
everybody.
it up.
You're a confusing person.
Listen. If you actually look up that word on Google, my name's under it, and with also weird and interesting and crazy and even high.
Oh.
Although I'm never high and I never smoked weed before, so but you know, like you kind of sense. And
I have no idea where you're going,
little way.
bud. Not
Yeah,
a clue. You lost me on this. This just kind of went down the rabbit hole of I don't know what the hell you're talking
That's exactly
about.
why.
This is like every conversation with Gabriel.
There.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Okay, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
So Imogen, you were trying to say something.
Yeah, just another. Well, it was another one. Every once in a while, some of the companies I've worked with, they rerun the ads. I handle creative direction of most of the ad campaigns that I work on. It's kind of one of the things in my contract is that most of the companies I work with, I don't want to work with them if I don't have a certain degree of creative control. So I do that. And then the cool thing about it is that there's a pretty consistent frequency with which they reuse the ads, which is kind of nice because it just sort of means that I'm circulating more. So yay. And then I just got some really confusing fan mail about an hour ago, which was just, I couldn't follow it. It was weird. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to out anyone by saying anything that could lead to someone realizing I'm talking about them, but it didn't make sense. It just didn't.
They'll never listen to
They
it.
sent you fan mail, right? And then
No
they
one
sent you
listens to
fan
this
mail,
shit.
then, they want to be heard, right? It's like, they sent you this.
No, they want to be heard by me. They don't want to be heard by everyone else, or else they post it publicly. And that
That's
is something
too
that does
bad
happen
for them.
occasionally. I am very
They shouldn't
careful
have been
about
such
discretion.
idiots.
Boy,
I'm
I
very
guess you could
careful
say
about
that
discretion.
they started
Privacy
it,
is
though.
real big.
She's like talking about me, probably.
You popped up on my Facebook feed earlier. I rarely go on Facebook. I had it uninstalled and I reinstalled it. And I saw you holding it was that an AK or AR or something?
That was a modified SKS. It had
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. Instead of using the wood stock, it was swapped out for synthetic stock, and then it was just modded to the sky. It was awesome.
I didn't know that you could. I'm sure you have to have like 1,000 permits to have one of those in Canada.
Our gun laws are stupid.
Yeah.
Our gun laws are ridiculous. They don't make sense.
Both Instagram accounts got hacked, and Trey opened up his new Instagram account.
That's why you gotta protect your password. Please protect your password, guys.
And that means that's why bad guys faking to be major companies on emails and things like this. That's another thing. Clowns and trolls are out there.
Clowns. I like how Frankie said clowns. He finally said the word clowns.
Frankie,
look at him.
Frankie, when you say his Instagram was hacked, do you mean that someone actually got in and took over and he's locked out of it? He cannot retrieve it?
He cannot get Instagram account. That's why he opened up his new Instagram account.
Okay, yeah. He's kind of written it off then. Do you know if he's trying to recover it? Sometimes you can recover a hijacked account. That does happen occasionally, depending on what information you're able to provide to Instagram and how they address it. Is he trying to get it back, or is he just letting it go?
That means that you'll be talking to Trey later on. After the show, you'll be talking to Trey later on.
Okay, I like Trey.
I know. Actually, I'll ask him also too, because he should have the 2-factor, whatever it's called, the 2-factor authentication, because it works. Actually, it works. It's really good.
And what I suggest you do is just never leave your house.
Oh yeah.
It's March 2020 all over again.
So, Pete, I want to ask you a quick question here. Now, you're driving for Lyft. Do you happen to have a black and yellow logo somewhere in your vehicle that maybe says fake taxi? Do you have a hidden camera?
No, we don't have those rules here. No. People can see on the app what car it is and the license plate before I pick them up. I'll have to put fake taxi. I've seen maybe like 2 taxis since I moved here. There's just Lyft and Uber nowadays out here.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dirty joke in there that I'm so happy.
Was there actually? I didn't understand. Don't explain it, but I don't understand. But it's okay. Don't worry about it. You can move on.
That's okay, Gabriel. You are a child. You shouldn't get it. You're a good boy.
I mean, child don't have views like this. I'm a manly child.
A manly child. You know how disturbing that sounds? Do not refer to yourself as a manly child.
A man boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's wonderful.
Somewhere on the internet, Namble is twitching. Way to go, Gabriel.
I look 12 and 40 at the same time sometimes. So, other, of course, than the weatherman, I have been told that I look like Abraham Lincoln recently with the beard, and I want to look like Drake.
Your next girlfriend is going to be a very confused person.
Oh yeah. For sure they will. For sure they will. She will have to be exactly like me if I want to get with her. She has to like the weather. She has to like rapping.
Oh God.
She's like everything. Everything. She has to match, okay?
Is that on your Tinder profile too?
And a scraggly beard.
Yep.
What is it?
Me and Joey are on the same page. Must have beard.
Hi guys, my most viewed video ever on my YouTube channel is Guy Tries to Eat 50 hot dogs at once.
Yes, it is.
So, Frankie, you have like 16 million views on TikTok.
I love that one.
I love this connection that it went from Gabriel as a manly child
that's
to
Frankie's
girlfriend of Frankie chugging hot dogs.
Frankie, can you make a video for us soon? Guy tries to eat 51 hot dogs.
Yeah.
We're seeing history made.
51 hot dogs right there, everybody.
Dear
That was 5, Frankie. Come on, eat those hot dogs.
Frankie, don't go falling down.
Don't go fall down.
When you eat 51 hot dogs.
I once dated a girl who could do that, but it didn't last.
Yeah.
5 more hot dogs.
5 more hot dogs. Go. I told you, don't go fall down.
Okay.
That one was actually funny, Frankie. I can't lie, but like that was like the one that like I actually laughed at. Like that was funny.
It was
that one's good.
When I first saw those videos, it was when the guy said, "Don't go falling down," that I just lost it.
No, yeah. Finish 50, finish the rest. And it was like, I can't. And it was like, oh, finish 5 more. And it was like
51 hot dogs. You've seen it. Here tonight on the Meteorological Report, guy eats 51 hot dogs. It was always 50, but he broke his record tonight. Record-breaking show, 51 hot dogs. The guy.
I like the ones where Frankie does the animal impersonations and they being chased by animals. Those are some of my favorites. Yeah, Frankie cut out there.
Look at that smile.
The weather's some bad. It cut him out.
He was outside A&W eating 51 hot dogs, and now
he was never seen again.
Frankie, don't go falling down. Frankie McDonald, not Frankie Corcoran. So many Frankies tonight on the show.
Frankie does so much. Frankie does like every broadcast he does is from outside of A&W. It would only make sense if they did a cross promotion where A&W offered a Frankie hot dog. Frankie,
yeah, right. Like if I was him, I would be like making like thousands of dollars right now. A&W. Oh, I'll be making thousands of dollars. I'll be rich.
And guess what? My second most viewed video on my YouTube channel is a guy dancing then being chased by a gorilla. Uploaded July 8th, 2016 on a Friday. That was my own idea. I made up my own idea.
This week on my channel, so we had the BC Parks annual general meeting has been going on here in Wells, British Columbia. It concluded today, and I believe they've all begun to leave town. But so we had a whole bunch of people from Parks BC, Parks Rangers, and I went to, we had a film night here in Wells, and I went and I asked the pressing questions about what's going on at their annual general meeting. Well, BC Parks annual general meetings happening here in town, as you might know, in Wells. And tonight we had a film festival, and I went and talked to some of the people from BC Parks and asked some of the pressing questions that you all have about the state of British Columbia's parks. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions you want to ask park rangers, but don't worry, Joey only is here to ask them for you. Subscribe to the channel for more great content like this. So you're here for the AGM. How do you like our town so far?
Wonderful. Yeah, it's super cool. Love it.
Yeah? Have you seen a Sasquatch yet?
No.
It's pretty tough because they're not real,
Exactly.
Quick question. How are you enjoying our town so far?
Oh, it's great. It's so charming here.
Yeah, where do you usually work?
I live in Victoria.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And where do you keep the Sasquatches down there?
We hide them in the forest. They hide out by the ocean.
How do you actually fund the parks? Is there weed crop growing on site? You know, these are big parks.
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Okay, so that's a confirmation. Hello, welcome to Wells.
Hi.
Hey, are you here for the AGM?
Yes.
Yes, how's it going so far?
Super.
Yeah?
We're very lucky.
Yeah, where do you usually work?
Kamloops.
So is the Ogopogo real?
That's the Okanagan.
Yeah. You have no knowledge of this, no information? You're hiding anything?
No. Any weapons?
No. About the existence or non-existence of the Ogopogo?
Now, they say it's such a deep lake that it's actually a, what's the species of fish
I believe it's sturgeon, personally.
That's what I was going to say, sturgeon.
Yeah,
the big, sharp, little spines on the back, exoskeleton.
It's 6 or 7 of them come up at a time. And look at that.
Well, exactly, right? Yeah.
Well, that took the fun out of this. Us being science
one of us
people.
that actually knew something about
it. No, I'm a science person.
Down by the Caribou River crossing. I just wanted to say that these are the things that these things are not far away. That this is what we have right here.
Kamloops.
Yeah, where do you keep the Sasquatches in your zone?
Oh, I can't tell.
Okay, we're on to it. We're on to you. What's your favorite movie, Dave Jeffries?
One that you've never heard of.
Try me.
It's called King of Hearts.
Never heard of it. No, fuck it. Not a clue.
Do you want me to try and find something a bit more contemporary?
No, that's okay. Joey. You're who? I'm Joey as well. How long have you worked for Parks?
2023 will be my 7th.
Wow, that's a long time. So have you ever had to shoot a camper, like in self-defense, or?
No, okay. I haven't had to shoot anything.
Okay. Choosing to come to Wells, it's been exciting for us to have you come and see where we live, and hopefully it's interesting and innovative for you too.
Where do you keep the animals at night? Just wondering. Can I have a job? So I understand one of the things on your annual general meeting is Plan Delta. Would you like to talk about Plan Delta to save species on the planet over?
First, if you talk about Delta, you go Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and then you talk.
Right.
We don't have time.
So once BC Parks is expanded planet-wide, then we can save the environment, right?
That's Plan Zulu.
All right, kind of Plan Zulu, right? So we're just looking for.
You're saying too much.
We're just waiting for weapons funding. I understand. Take over the world with bear spray.
There you are, bear spray.
Right, have a good time in Wells, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night. Here's where BC Parks. So we're BC Parks. Yeah. Right here. See? And over there too. BC parking there, BC parking up. Yeah, there's quite a few of you guys here. Parks Ranger. Look at that. Don't mess with that guy, he's a ranger. We got like a few minutes
Did you
left.
hear about that? My Twitter is at Frankie McD. My Facebook is Frankie McDowell. My Instagram is Frankie McD 1984. My TikTok is Frankie McDowell 1984. My Clapper is Frankie McDowell 1984. Frankie McDowell 1984. My Twitch is Frankie McDowell 1984. My LinkedIn is Frankie McDowell. And my Snapchat is Frankie MECDON. And my YouTube channel is Dogs and Wolves. Best of luck to you, Frank McDowell. You're listening to me, Meteorology Weather Report every Thursday night.
And of course, Frankie Corcoran, where can everyone find your show, the Frankie Entertainment Show?
The Corcoran Entertainment Show. There we go. You were close. You were close. You get closer every time, Joey. I really admire that. You can catch the Corcoran Entertainment Show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Anchor.fm every Tuesday. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Our Facebook is Corcoran Entertainment, and our Instagram is at Corcoran ENT. I couldn't fit all of entertainment in there, so I just put ENT. So feel free to follow us for all of our updates, and then anyone in Miramichi and surrounding areas for all of our upcoming theater productions and also find out who's coming on the podcast in the coming weeks, feel free to follow us there. And we also have a TikTok. We haven't uploaded it much lately. I was trying to keep up with it as much as possible, but it was just hard to, you're posted on so many platforms, it gets hard. But that is at Corcoran Entertainment on TikTok. So I figured I'd plug that as well.
I just decided to not do TikTok because I talk too much. I can't make 30-second videos. This week on my channel, I got like hours-long conversations with a Kung Fu master and John Kaufman over in Hong Kong, right? Imogen Bailey, seeing as your business is going to sponsor our show and you're going to help us advertise with your advertising, how can we find you?
I keep everything simplified and streamlined. I am at www.imogen.in. IMOGEN. My supplements are veneratesubs.ca. Simple, to the point. And if you want to do TikTok, cat videos, man, I got lots of videos of just reading stories to my cat or other pets or the guinea pig riding in their Jeep. Yeah.
That's it. The Meteorological Report brought to you by Venerate Supplements. Not really, but I'm pushing her. I'm like, come on. Send me some supplements.
I'll send you some supplements. We'll chat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll set you up.
Still working out. You go near any boxing this week?
I have not been to a tournament this week, but
they're in Vancouver this weekend, weren't they?
The provincial championship was in Vancouver last weekend, and there was a lot of people are going through to, I can't remember where the next level up, I think, is in Mexico, and then there's world championships are in, I believe, India, I think. But provincials were just held, and champions are made every day. It's a fantastic thing to see. I've seen some highlights just in my social media feed from when I shoot at whatever tournaments I can, and I like to follow the fighters that I'm shooting. Some of them pursue, some of them only get into the ring once or twice, and then others go forward farther. And one of the ones that I've been watching for years now is Tara Smith, and I believe she kicked some ass at the provincials. So this is awesome. I love watching her. She's awesome. Impressive fighter.
Right on. Anyone else got any fighting stories? I like that image. You got that one photo of the guy just punched right in the face. He's just.
I got lots of those. I got lots of real key impact shots. Just someone's face is being smashed in. There we go.
Well, I've been illegally parked for about 30 minutes in the place where it's authorized vehicles only, so I better get going. I see it, everyone.
Before you get into a fight with me.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully next week we catch you at a restaurant and we catch you.
I don't want any security guard interaction, so I want to get going anyway.
There's Pete on the street, on the beat in Colorado, all over America. Pete Galenko.
Yes, I'll be spending 12 hours on the radio tomorrow with our turkey drive, hopefully raising over $44,000 for the food bank here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And follow me all over the socials. That's right.
Right on. Thanks for rapping for us tonight, Gabriel.
Yeah, don't worry, of course.
We totally appreciate that, buddy. And you're on the TikTok. You're on the.
Yes. Twitter's at GB the Weatherman, and then my Instagram is at Gabriel Barodo. TikTok is at Horrifying Horror. I actually post horror movie, stuff on there.
You've been hearing us on C for 88.7 FM in Prince George, CKUW 95.9 FM, a cut up, edited, and butchered version of our conversation, which is so fun to have. Everyone's so wonderful around here. I'm Joey Only. Make sure you find the show on Joey Only Caribbean Weather Dude. That's right. Next week, we're going to be on the air with more winter weather news. I promise all of yous, okay? Bye now.